All right, we're back. Hopefully it won't stick again. All right, everybody. And it might be also because I'm streaming over here and I'm streaming here, and this internet connection is really low at this place. So it could be that it just can't handle both streams at the same time. That could be the issue. So let's try to pull some cards and see if we can get through this without it dying on me again. All right, ready? Let's do this. A, B, or C, you guys. This is Brandy Joy and Thomas Shute reading for you for the week of October 16th through the 22nd of 2017. How's everybody doing with these energies? They calmed down a little bit for you yet? I know they've been pretty intense with Black Moon Lilith. It goes well with my moon goddess look, Black Moon Lilith.
High Priestess.
Yeah. All right, ready? A, B, or C? Pick it, pick it. It has been crazy. All right, A's, you ready? A's. Oh, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords for my A's. All right. All right, you pick the next one, Thomas. The advice card for our A's.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh. The Fool card.
Cool.
All right, a little glare.
So you pick the next card for B's, and then I'll pick the advice card for B's.
Okay.
I love these.
Four of Wands.
Four of Wands. Aw. Aw. Okay. And for our B's, advice card is Nine of Pentacles. A beautiful card. Nine of Pentacles. Looks kind of like my dress. All right. And I'll pick the C card, I guess. And we got the Hermit for our C's. The Hermit. Oh, and I froze on them again. Okay, your turn, Thomas.
Okay. King of Swords.
King of Swords. King of Swords for the C's advice. All right. Okay, so let's start. For our A's, right, we got the Eight of Swords. This is a card of self-restriction. This card symbolizes the mind, the mental body self-restricting you. You can see that she has a blindfold on. I'm trying to get used to this camera thing. All right, you can see she has a blindfold and she has bandages around her body and swords. She has swords all behind her, like restricting her from the castle. And she's standing there over water, right? So you can see that she's very self-restricted. This is a card of self-restriction, a card of the mental body just not being in a good place, just confusion and just not feeling like things are okay. You know, you're a lot of negative thoughts usually going on when you get this card. So this is a week of feeling very self-restricted, very confused, just feeling trapped in a way. This is a card of feeling trapped, right? So she feels trapped, like she can't get to the other side, very emotional with the water there, a lot of rocks, very rocky. So this is a more negative experience you're having this week for my A's. A lot of just self-restriction, like, So, would you like to add to that, Thomas, or would you like to move on to advice?
I'd move on to the advice because I think you really put it in a good term. So I have really big glare, so I'm gonna try to hold it up here, guys. But this is the Fool card. So to me, I always explain to everyone when I'm pulling this card, it's like I don't always pull this for people. It's like it's really a unique card, especially the way I interpret it. And for advice, I just think that if you just looking in the card, you can tell he's taking a leap of faith. He's taking a new action experience. He's like, it's a fresh start. It's like literally zero. It's the number before one. You know what I mean? It's like, what better new opportunity can you get out of is like a freaking zero, So, my advice for A's that are having this trapped, mindset, and they're not able to break free out of their thinking process, to really just take that leap of faith, experience new things, or reach outside of the box this week. You know, I think it's important that you kind of be different. You know, don't be that same. You know, don't be that same Brandy. Don't be that same Thomas. Don't be that same, you know, whoever you are. Break free and just try new things and just allow yourself to be able to be open to lots more opportunities. Because once you're open to like new ideas, many opportunities will flood your way. So just kind of be open and just take that leap of faith, you know?
Yeah, and Brooke is saying the Fool is never a good card from her experience, and that's it depends on how you connect with that card, but we don't connect with that card in a negative way. It's just that it's going to have a different context depending on what's going on, right? So every card has good and bad about it, right? I can even take a card that's, you know, some people would say is very negative, and I can make it into a more positive card depending on the context of what is going on and what I'm intuitively picking up. So it's not that the Fool is a negative card. It can come out as a negative card, and it can come out as a positive. So what we're seeing in this time is an advice card, and as an advice card, it's telling you to move away from self-restriction by, you know, breaking free is what he was saying. And breaking free has a lot to do with cleansing your aura, right? And I've been reading a lot about the cord cutting, you know, so cord cutting, letting go of things and starting something new, a new adventure. The Fool is a card of starting a new adventure. It's like when you come into this world, you reincarnate, you come in, and now it's time to start something new. So this is a good week for you to do some, you know, let go of the mental body restriction stuff, the trap stuff, and just meditate your ass off. Do some good tantric, like do pranayama, do tantric resonation, where you circulation, body of light, resonating sound. Do some chanting of the chakras, and really just break free, restructure your brain, restructure your mental body, and you'll be able to move forward in a much better way. Because right now, moving from Jupiter, moving from Libra to Scorpio, you have all this stuff going on right now. This is a great time to transition into something more positive. All right, so thank you, Thomas. Awesome. All right, so you get to start with the bees for us. So for our bees, Thomas is going to read your first card.
So I pulled the Four of Wands, which is, to me, it's hilarious because last week, I think it was the bees who had like the Three of Swords, and it was like, it was the bees, right? I think that's what it was.
I don't remember.
I think that's what it was, and I think it's so funny because it's like the complete opposite in my mind of what, you know, the Three of Swords would be. But I think it's a great time. So you guys can see here, Four being very stable and very, it's like, think of a bench, right? It's holding together something. It's stabilized. So, and there's two people here. It's like really good for relationships or friendships, even just getting with someone else or new communication. But it's also just really good for having, a lot of the times, like you could see this card as being like a marriage kind of card, but obviously not everyone's going to be getting married this week. But, you know, if you just look at that in a smaller sense, it just shows the importance of unity with two people and being stable and having a really positive friendship. So if you have been having a negative issue with another person in the past, you may, to me, this is what's kind of happening this week for you guys, the bees out there, possibly either a new friendship or an old friendship being reimbursed. I think this is a great card for this week. So bees kind of have a good week coming.
I would say lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say lucky. Four of Wands is a really good card. It's a very positive card because it's a card that's inspiration and fire. And then, you know, you put that together with Four, which is structure. This is a card of commitment. It's a card of a first commitment. So it's like, instead of just love, like Two of Cups, it's like Four is like that real stage of like, oh, now let's commit. Let's actually make a commitment. So this is a card of commitment, right? So this is like a commitment of a friendship, or it could be a commitment of inspiration, right? It could be a commitment of anything, really, anything that you're emotionally connected to. So there's some type of like definitely harmonious energies going on for you this week. And that brings us to your advice card of run with it. Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance and fruitfulness. And can you guys still hear me? Because I know you can't see me. I'm frozen. So can you hear me at least?
I can, for
Can
sure.
okay.
Oh, you're not
Okay.
frozen anymore. You're good.
Oh, okay. Well, I look frozen. All right. So, Nine of Pentacles, though, is a card of abundance and fruitfulness. And so, this is a card of like saying, hey, prosperity is on its way. So, whatever this is that you're committing to, a friendship or a new relationship or committing to someone or something, this commitment is going to be a very fruitful commitment for you. This is a good week for my bees. Right? So, you're getting this card of commitment and structure within the inspiration and fire. And then you're getting this Nine of Pentacles, which is like abundance and fruitfulness. So, what a great week for our bees. I mean, yeah, really nice.
Lucky duckies.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Awesome. I'm glad that at least if I freeze, you can still hear me. Okay, cool. So that's for our B's. You have some really good energies this week. And now for our C's, I pulled the next C card, and the C card here is the Hermit, right? So for the Hermit here, this is a card of, what was our advice card there?
For the C's,
Mm-hmm.
the King of Swords.
Okay. Yeah. So, so the Hermit is all about going inside, right? So this is going to be a great week for you to actually tap in to your spirit guides, to your own inner spirit's voice, right? Your higher heart, which is the voice of your soul. And this week is going to be a great week for you to connect with your higher soul, your higher heart, which is your connection to your soul, so you can hear yourself, you can hear your higher self. This is a great week for you to really tap in, you guys. For my C's, this is a good vibration. This Jupiter in Scorpio is going to bring you information, right? There's some really good Mercurian type energy for you this week. Channeling is definitely something you could jump into. Anything that would have to do with connecting to spirit, getting any type of advice from spirit. This is your week. Do it. This is a great week for my C's for tapping in and really going in and just getting in touch, right? So that brings us to your advice card, Thomas.
King of Swords. So, like Brandy was talking about earlier, swords meaning intellectual mind area. If you guys can see here, I mean, this card doesn't have that good of an example. My cards are the reverse of Brandy's. So it's like if you flip the image around, you see the backwards of the people that are in the cards. So it's kind of funny how I'm doing advice and it's the opposite, which is, I think it's interesting. But, you have to understand masculine energy and mind. And then if you put the king involved in it all together is like that, that just shows that like you can't postpone this stuff. So like Brandy's saying, channeling and inner truth work, like don't just say, oh yeah, tomorrow I'll start. Like let's like start right now. It's like it's time to begin. Like King of Swords means like authoritative. Get on the ball with yourself, make the authoritative decision and start now. So anything that's going to involve you with channeling work or any kind of like, I guess divination in general, right Brandy? Like divination, reading cards, things like that. This is literally saying like it's time, start now. It's like he's making a decision. He's using his mind, the masculine, forceful energy. You know what I mean? So definitely, Brandy, if you want to add anything onto that, I just think that it's about like no holding back. It's time. Like right now is the time to start.
Absolutely, because this is an energy of making, like it's a very yang energy. It's very masculine. It's very leadership in making decisive like movement forward, right? Yeah. So this is a card of yes. Go within and you're going to get answers. This is going to be a great week for you to connect with that mental body and that mental, etheric, so you can really connect with spirit this week and you can really get some good answers and make some good decisions for moving forward, right? So you might be feeling very alone right now. You might be feeling like, oh, externally I feel alone, but if you go within and you start making some of those decisions and you start really connecting to spirit, you're not going to feel alone anymore, and you're also going to make the right decisions to move forward with this new cycle, with this Jupiter new cycle. I'm telling you, this is a brand new cycle this month, you guys, for the next over a year. we have a brand new cycle going on of luck, of inspiration, and this is Scorpio. This is all about intimacy. This is about intimacy with the self. This is about tapping into spirit, transformation on a whole nother level spiritually. So this is a great time for you to start these practices, you guys, and this is a great time to make those decisions on how you're going to start moving forward spiritually.
And now Halloween's coming, it's like the veil slowly starts to thin. So it's like it's even easier for us to be able to connect Ashley and just the spirit in general. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a medium, and it's only even better for me, you know what I mean, to do readings around this time and to kind of get into like that new beginning in like a spiritual level. So like, I mean, I didn't start reading the cards at this time of year, but it just like, this is something I definitely would be more, you know, you should feel drawn to if you guys probably feel drawn to like channeling work right now, because it's just like to explain the veil is confusing, but I'm not good at explaining it. I just know as it from like a astral point of view, but you know, I think channeling is super important, but for the C's, yeah, like for sure.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, this is the time when the veil thins. Right now, we're going into Scorpio, which is the thinning of the veil. And then also with Jupiter going now into Scorpio, that means it's just an expansion of just thinned veil for everyone. Everyone can feel things more and hear things more, you know. The other side is so much more present than it has been in a very long time. You've probably noticed over the course of the last 5-6 years, it's been thinning. And now this year, like tremendously, you can really start tapping in right now. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. We are going to do something special on Wednesday. We are actually going to be talking about the death card. A lot of people freak out about the death card. Everybody go, you know, even at Universal Studios, you know what they make us do at Universal Studios in Orlando when you read there? They make you remove the death card out of the tarot deck before you read for people. Isn't that crazy? Because people are afraid of the death card. We are going to do a whole talk on Wednesday night about the death card and what it really means and how you can use it. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And especially for Halloween, this is the perfect time to talk about the death card. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So I'll post that cheat sheet for you guys that are just jumping on the Celtic Cross cheat sheet that I made up. I'll post that, and we'll have that webinar coming up soon. That'll be next week for how to read the tarot cards. We're going to do that as a Halloween special next week. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brandy Joy, and this is Thomas Shute. If you need mediumship, he's your guy. If you need astrology, I'm your girl. We both do tarot. And we'll see you Wednesday night, 10 o'clock. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Aw. Bye, guys.